Hello. If you find yourself criticizing yourself or being hard on yourself, then you are in the right place, because I would like to share with you how to overcome self-criticism in 3 simple but powerful steps. Self-criticism comes from a mind which is not in harmony, and if you would like to experience the joy of having a mind which is balanced and peaceful, don't forget to get my free video course on how to free yourself from worry and overthinking and harmonize your mind. The link for this free video series is pinned in the comment below. My name is drpaolabisicchia, and I help my coaching clients and my students to get out of their head and into their heart so that they can be free from worry and overthinking, have clarity of mind, align with their true self, and experience the joy of living their life purpose. If you're looking to balance your mind so that you can start living the life you truly want to live, then make sure that you subscribe to this channel and click the little bell so that you can be notified when I make more videos like this. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to release self-criticism in 3 simple but powerful steps. Why do we want to release self-criticism? Well, chances are that we are all very familiar with the voice of the inner self-critic in our mind that tells us that what we do or the way we do it or even who we are is just not good enough. It's a voice of self-judgment that often is harsh and negative. It is a voice that limits our life and then can truly take us away from the joy of living, the joy of being fully ourselves, the joy of exploring life like a child, like an adventure, and the joy of simply enjoying life. Instead, it makes us live with insecurities, and it makes us put a lot of effort in trying to show ourselves and others that we are good enough, which is exhausting, and it never really actually works. But when we release self-criticism, things start changing. We start to fully and unconditionally love and accept ourselves. And we no longer need to show ourselves and others that we are good enough, because we come from a place of full self-acceptance and love. And because of this shift, we also become free to enjoy our life, to explore it and express who we truly are, and to align to our life purpose rather than trying to fulfill somebody else's expectations. This is the ultimate freedom, and I would say that this is a worthy transformation. Would you agree with me? And in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 fast but powerful steps to overcome self-criticism and to step into deep self-acceptance. This process is something that you can practice the moment you have thoughts of self-judgment, and this will allow you to release them. But it's also a process that goes deep into the root cause of these thoughts to make sure that these thoughts don't keep re-emerging. And the more you practice this process, the freer you become from your own inner critic. And the more you experience the joy of having unconditional self-worth and the freedom that comes with it, the freedom to be fully, unapologetically yourself. And the first step of this process is awareness. Becoming aware of that inner critical and negative voice. Chances are that we've been living with this voice in our head for such a long time, probably since childhood, that we have become familiar with it. And now we may even think that it is normal to criticize ourselves like that. Perhaps it has even become the default way we talk to ourselves, and we don't even question it. We accept it. But I'm here to tell you that you don't have to live with this voice, and that this voice is not even yours. It is not the voice of your true self. You see, what has happened is that we have internalized the voices of others, the judgments that we have perceived around us. Deep down, we all want and expect full acceptance, love, and even celebration of who we truly are, unconditionally. And yet we have been judged, perhaps by parents or siblings or family members or teachers or peers, who instead of seeing us as who we truly are, instead of accepting us fully, have been harsh or critical, or have shown us some love, but in a way that was not unconditional. And as a consequence, we have internalized this judgment and this inner voice. This voice is there to push us in an attempt to get us to change who we are and become someone who can be finally accepted and receive the love and approval that we did not receive in the past as children, but that we still desperately want. But as you might have noticed, this strategy does not really work, and it keeps us under pressure and in constant misery. The misery of not feeling good enough and not fully accepting and loving ourselves. When we realize that this is what happened, that we have internalized a judgment that is not even ours, then we can start putting a distance between us and these voices of criticisms, and we can start questioning them. Questioning whether they come from wisdom and love, or whether they come from our wounded self, which is also our ego self. And by ego self, I mean the part of us which lives in separation from love. So the first step is awareness. Recognizing this inner voice of criticism, catching ourselves in it. Recognizing it as a well-practiced habit, but also recognizing that we don't need to put up with it or even to cope with it. We can indeed release it. And how do we release it? With step number 2. The second step is to activate the wisdom of your heart. We have established that those negative voices are not even yours. They are not your truth. So the way to release them and to shift them for good is by activating your truth, your wisdom, a wisdom that resonates with your true essence, and not something that you have absorbed from others who did not show you love and were not even coming from wisdom because they were not coming from a place of love. And one of the easiest ways to awaken the wisdom of your heart is to ask yourself this simple question. What would I say to my best friend or somebody I deeply love in this situation? What would I say to them if I knew they were being harsh or hard on themselves? This question allows us to open up to our true wisdom, the wisdom that comes from the essence of love that we are. This is also the wisdom of our third eye, the part of us that sees through the eyes of love. It becomes obvious then to us that those self-critical thoughts are not compatible with true love and compassion. We would not say those words to somebody we love. We would not put so much pressure on them to be somebody they're not. Of course we wouldn't, because we love them. This is so clear when we think of somebody we love. This simple question allows us to activate the wisdom within us. Then, once we activate that wisdom, we can clearly see that those thoughts of self-judgment are not in line with our wisdom, with our truth, and with the love and compassion that we want to embody in this life. We cannot fully embody love towards others if we don't embody self-love. The two things are not really compatible. It is not authentic embodied love if it excludes somebody, in this case you. But by awakening the wisdom of your heart, you can open up to your true authentic and embodied love. And this allows you to do the third step, which is a step where we go and heal that part of us that created those thoughts of self-judgment in the first place, so that we no longer keep recreating thoughts of self-criticism and judgment. This is why this process is so deep and effective. It is not just a quick fix in the moment you find yourself judging yourself, but it goes much deeper than that. it goes into the root cause of self-criticism to release it at a deep level. The first step is to love the part of you that needs to be fully accepted. As we said, those thoughts of self-criticism did not come from your true self, but from your wounded self, your ego mind, the part of you that felt separate from love, the part of you that still lives in survival mode, trying to avoid pain, the pain of not being fully accepted. And yet, paradoxically, this part lives in pain and separation. So this third step is about healing that part of you through love. That part of you wants to be unconditionally loved and accepted. It feels as if it's not good enough, always having to measure up to some sort of self-imposed standard, which is actually a standard you have internalized when you felt judged and not fully accepted in your past experiences. So how do you do that? How do you heal that part of you? Well, once you have activated your wisdom by thinking about what you would say to a loved one, you simply say those things to yourself. Things like, I love you, you are good enough. What you did is good enough. I see you as perfect. Don't worry, you don't need to show anyone that you're good enough because you're good enough already. So go and enjoy your life. All this wisdom and more wisdom will naturally emerge from the wisdom of your heart when you tap into it. So how do you release and overcome self-criticism? First, you recognize it. You catch yourself when you're having self-critical thoughts. Second, you center yourself into your heart so you can see with the eyes of love, and you ask yourself this question: what would I say to somebody I love? Third, you say those things to yourself, and you go and love and fully accept that part of you that needs that love. So go ahead and practice this process, and you will experience a real shift in your life. And if you want to experience an even deeper transformation and free yourself from worry and overthinking and harmonize your mind, I have a gift for you. It is a free video series that teaches you how to do just that in 3 simple, fast but powerful steps. This is the same process that I teach my coaching clients with amazing results, and that I used in my life to free myself from worry, overthinking, and negative thoughts and criticism, so I could have a balanced, clear, and peaceful mind. This is possible for you too, so click on the link below and you can have it. And now I would love to hear from you. Did you find this video useful? What resonated with you within these words? Have you got any questions? I would love to hear from you. Just comment below and I will be very happy to answer your comments. Thank you for watching, and I'm sending you lots of love and many blessings.